Hey guys, welcome back to Hotel Stories. What's next? I see here. Some of you commented that you wanted to hear Paula Abdul foaming at the mouth. Many of you watched some of my videos and were able to see that I listed out um, a list of stories. I've been working on that list and we'll post that soon. But all right, Paula Abdul foaming at the mouth. It's 2006. And American Idol has pulled into town. Again, we are a luxury hotel with anytime any celebrity, sports teams, anything like that comes into town, they stay at our hotel. We are the preeminent luxury property in the city. Sure, there's other nice hotels, Four Seasons and Ritz-Carlton and stuff like that, but we're a step above them even. This is the number one luxury hotel, possibly even on the coast that I was living on at that time. We had many distinctions, historic property, things like that. So very beautiful, very luxurious hotel. Anyway, American Idol pulls into town, and anytime that a celebrity or anyone of consequence is going to show up to our property, our marketing team or sales team will present called Show Me You Know Me, right? And even though we're supposed to treat celebrities or anybody else just like we would any normal guest, you would never ask for any sort of autographs or anything like that. It's important that we know all of their information, their profile, what they like, what they don't like, things like that. Little secrets to keep them happy and keep them coming back, what their alias might be. And so we knew the big ones were going to be Ryan Seacrest, Paula Abdul, and Simon and Randy. I don't know their last names. And again, I wasn't like a big fan of the show. I knew of its existence and it was very popular at the time. So we know they're checking in and all that stuff. And Paula Abdul's alias was Mrs. Starr, Starr. Okay, and again, at this time, I'm the night auditor. Means I work overnight, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I was kind of at the tail end of this night auditor position, and if any of you have ever worked the overnight shift, it can take you down quickly. Sure, you get a shift differential. That means you get a little bit extra pay for working that graveyard shift. But if you're not ready for it, or if you're not the type of person that can sleep all day, it can turn you into a zombie, and it did. And later on in this channel, I'll get into further things that took place as to how this shift kind of led me down a very dark path, because you are up all night and you sleep all day. And most people can't actually sleep all day. It's hard, especially if you have a family or a significant other who works normal hours. It's hard. So anyway, so by this time I'm always tired, and I'm like upset on my way to work, like just really kind of dragging ass. Like, why did I accept this position? Because initially it was given to me as a promotion to kind of learn the hotel. This was going to catapult me into management, because you can't go into management without knowing the financials, and you can't know the financials without being a night auditor. So that's why I was there. Anyway, so it's like 3:30 in the morning, right? We are a 24-hour hotel, 24/7, 365. All departments are running, including in-room dining. You can get a meal at 2 a.m. if you want it, okay? Nobody really calls past 2 a.m. though. Maybe they've had a few drinks, something like that. So the only time the in-room dining guy is able to go take a break, because there's only one person in the department, because it's not super popular to order food overnight. So they only got one guy working it. That guy needs a lunch. So when is his lunch shift? From 3 to 3:30. We cover for each other, so, because most people go sleep. They go sleep for 10 or 15 minutes, maybe all 30 minutes of it. They eat something real quick, and then, they shut their eyes. So, maybe you sleep in, or you sleep too long, so your guy covers for you. When I'm covering, I'm still manning my position at the front desk. But if somebody happens to call for something, which is very rare in that 30, 35 minutes, I go right up to them. Because no one's going to walk into the hotel at that time. Plus, there's another manager on duty who's able to kind of cover me, so on and so forth. And so I'm like dead tired, dead of the world, like falling asleep with my eyes open. That's a very common thing, actually. You like can literally sleep with your eyes open. I'm totally spaced out, and the phone rings, and like I'm robotic by this time. I'm just like, thank you for calling so-and-so hotel. This is so-and-so speaking. How may I assist you? And I'm not even like looking at the caller ID, but it's Mrs. Starr, Starr. And it's like, this person's talking, but like not in any sort of language I know. And all I can make out is, can you deliver some water and strawberries? And I'm like, okay, I'm like thinking this person's drunk or whatever, so, whatever. I go head into the kitchen and I make the water up. And again, this is a 5-star hotel, so you're not just running up a bottle of water. You need to make a crystal ice pitcher with like crystal glasses and set up the little flower and get the strawberries and, blah, 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 blah. And these are things that are on the menu that, so you're trained to kind of set it up the proper way. You gotta put it on a cart, put the linen on the cart. Like even just for water delivery, we go all out and we put linens on the little push cart, and then you gotta put little tops on the water so when you're on the elevator it's not spilling, because presentation is everything, so on and so forth. I push it up to the suite, knock on the door, and it's Paula Abdul in a robe, foaming at the mouth. And when I say foaming at the mouth, that's not an exaggeration. There was little foam like around her mouth, not just at the corners because she had cotton mouth, like really foaming at the mouth. Thank you, put it over there. And she said, thank you, go put it over there. And I enter the room, and I shit you not, the coffee table is full of white, bottle tops. The entire coffee table in front of her couch on the second part of her suite was full of pill bottles. And I'm just like, what the actual fuck? I had no idea this woman was like pilled out, or whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, can I have one? But no, she's like, thank you. She gives me a 20, like kind of slaps it in my hand. And she's like not, she's not on this earth. She is like, kind of swaying back and forth, just out of any sort of realm of this universe, and like kind of just like floating back and forth. And then I take my tip and I put it in my pocket, and it kind of woke me up, and I was like, what the hell just happened? And I shut the door behind me and I walk out. I go, oh yeah, American Idol's here, Mr. Starr, and that's Paula Abdul. So pretty funny story. This story is a little bit shorter. There will be more stories posted about American Idol and this actual specific incident and a conversation between Randy and Simon that happened the very next day. And then I actually have a Ryan Seacrest story that happened just 2 hours later after that. It's a very positive story. And then a couple hours after that, Randy and Simon came down the lobby, and I overheard a conversation about Paula Abdul, between them, all that are not salacious, but they're very interesting. And everything's kind of interconnected and interrelated. So be on the lookout for those stories. I got more videos coming out. I've been watching YouTube videos on how to increase my views and my exposure. So one thing I learned was to tell you to check out my other stories. And I have those stories coming soon. So be on the lookout. Hope you guys enjoy. Comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for more hotel stories. Love you guys. Thanks.